Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
I'm joining you once again on the Action TV Expose for this evening, and we are going to talk to you about the education sector. Now, every student is eager to start off their new year, their new academic year, with the new textbooks that they receive. This program to provide textbooks began in the year 1980 under a UNP-led government. Now, almost 30 years later, what has happened? A minister appointed by the UNP government, the subject minister Akhila Viraj Karyawasam, has decided to go back on this promise to provide free textbooks to the children. From this year onwards, 50% of the textbooks that are provided to school students will have to be bought, and the other 50 will of course be given free of charge. For example, if your child, he or she received 10 textbooks for the subjects that they follow, that student will now only get 5 books, and the other 5 will have to be obtained by paying a sum. Now, where can you buy these books, you may ask? You might think that these book stations, these book depots, if I may call it that, will be available across the country. No. They will only be available at 3 locations in the country, 2 in the Western Province and 1 in the Northern Province. They will be available at the Ministry of Education, at the Maliga Kanda Vidyodaya Pirivena, and at the Jaffna Central College. Now, with all of this, imagine the plight of a parent who is living in the most difficult conditions possible in the most remote village that you can imagine. Imagine those people coming into Colombo and going all the way to Jaffna to collect the books that are required for their children to receive education. They sometimes find it difficult to fund their daily meals. They cannot even have proper meals for 3 meals during the day, and they find it extremely difficult to get through the day. Now, we want these parents to travel to either Jaffna or travel to either Colombo and pay a sum and get the books for their children to receive their education. The only motivation that these parents have in their life is to allow their children to have a better future, their children to have a better education, so that they also do not have to go through what they are going through now, the hardships that they are facing. Will they be able to achieve these dreams, these ideas, with whatever is happening with our country and with whatever the Ministry of Education is doing, cutting away 50% of the books that are given free of charge? Now, moving on, let's take a look at the costs that are involved in this whole process. If you take a look at the year 2017, the textbooks, the allocation to print textbooks stood at 42 million rupees. In 2018, that cost has gone down to 29 million rupees. The value of just one vehicle that members of our parliament, the 225 people in parliament, and the various other politicians, the public representatives you and I have appointed to represent us to solve issues like this, to provide the people with the proper education, to provide the people with the free textbooks. We have sent them there, and it's just one vehicle for them. That's the cost that is involved. Now, how were they able to reduce this value from 42 million to 29 million? Did they do some sort of trick there? What they have done is they have decided to reduce the number of books that have been printed. With that, by doing that, they are also going to reduce the number of books that are given free of charge. They are going to now only give 50% of the books free of charge. What is the government trying to do? Are they providing free education, or are they trying to free themselves from providing free education? This is over to the Education Ministry and all the 225 representatives that we have elected into Parliament to look at.